From an advertisement for cocaine toothache drops to an ad showing a baby drinking 7-Up. Join us as we take a look at these 10 shocking vintage ads you have to see to believe.
In the 1870s, medical doctors were experimenting with cocaine as an anesthetic. Soon after, the dental profession were using the substance to numb patients' gums before tooth extractions. This advertisement from the mid-1880s boasted that cocaine drops, patented by the pharmacists Charles E. Lloyd and S. Dexter Pillsbury, were an instantaneous cure for childhood toothaches. Imagine taking your child to the dentist for a toothache today and coming home with a bottle of liquid cocaine. Their company also made a product called Dr. Lodowick Burdick's Celebrated Kidney Cure that claimed to be a cure for all diseases of the kidneys, liver, bladder, and urinary organs. Despite the look of the label, Grove's Tasteless Chill Tonic was not a weight gain supplement, nor was it a magic potion that could turn people into hideous hybrid pig creatures. It was in fact a preventative for malaria. The tonic made inventor Edward Wiley Grove a millionaire, and by 1890 there were more bottles of Grove's Tasteless Chill Tonic sold than bottles of Coca-Cola. Grove had discovered a way to suspend the very bitter tasting malaria medication quinine in a liquid that claimed to be tasteless. If this product was still around today, I don't think the ad campaign would be quite as effective. First, you'd need to lose that ultra creepy label, and stop telling customers that your product will make children and adults as fat as pigs. These ads, published in magazines between the 1930s and 1960s, don't exactly claim their product can make you as fat as a pig, but they're not that far off. Back in the mid-1900s, it was considered unattractive to be too thin, so these companies developed a product that would be laughed at today. They actually sold weight gain pills. Made from a range of things including ionized yeast and iodine, these pills actually claim they can make you gain 5 pounds of solid flesh in 1 week or you won't pay a thing. With headings like, "Men wouldn't look at me when I was skinny," and "If you want to be popular, you can't afford to be skinny." Teen girls of today would be mortified if they came across an ad for these pills while flipping through their latest issue of Teen Vogue. This ad from the 1950s was a not-so-subtle attempt by soft drink manufacturer 7-Up to get babies to drink their product. Boasting that they have the youngest customers in the business, the 7-Up ad read, "So pure, so wholesome, you can even give it to babies and feel good about it." The ad also included an ingenious way to get toddlers to drink their milk: pour 7-Up in it. The ad says, "If they like to be coaxed to drink their milk, try this. Add 7-Up to the milk in equal parts, pouring the 7-Up gently into the milk. It's a wholesome combination and it works. Make 7-Up your family drink." Bowel movements can be a tricky subject, but used correctly make for a very compelling ad, apparently. This vintage gem for the drain cleaner Drano used that awkward "I just clogged the toilet" feeling to successfully sell their product. In this ad, a wife can feel her husband's eyes accusing her of jamming the drains. He'd look at me as if to say, "Your fault," and it was. This ad for Kellogg's AllBran used fear as their selling tactic. Fear of never getting a man. Why? Because you're constipated, of course. And as a result, you sit night after night by the phone waiting for calls that never come because your constipation is making you dull and giving you wrinkles. Yes, that's right, this ad actually claimed that constipation can cause wrinkles. No wonder nobody wants to take you out. This 1931 advertisement for Camel cigarettes used the reassuring image of a doctor to sell its product. The ad claimed that it was the peppery dust found in other cigarettes that made you cough and irritated your throat. Luckily, Camel had invented a special vacuum cleaning process that got rid of this imaginary dust, so if you wanted to give your throat a vacation, you simply needed to smoke a fresh cigarette. The ad even talked up the addictive qualities of nicotine by saying, "Switch to Camels for just 1 day, then leave them if you can." Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, the marketing men over at Philip Morris managed to find a way, by comparing the gentleness of their cigarettes to that of a newborn baby. Philip Morris, clearly targeting new mothers with his ad campaign, asked that they be forgiven for feeling the pride of a new parent. Why? Because their cigarettes are born gentle, just like your little bouncing bub. Gnaw. Today, it's impossible to imagine how a gun manufacturer could attempt to sell the benefits of their product the way this one did from the early 1900s. This ad for Iver Johnsons revolvers reassured its customers that their guns were so safe it was fine to let your daughter play with them in bed. Yet the ad mentions that their guns are not toys and they shoot straight and kill. It then goes on to mention that you may need one of their guns only once in your lifetime. Buy now so you'll have it at that time. So basically they're saying it's likely everyone is going to need to kill someone once in their life, so make sure you do it with an Iver Johnsons revolver. Genius! This comic strip style ad of a young married woman talking to her mother suggested that the reason her husband doesn't love her anymore is because she developed middle-aged skin. Well, of course you're gonna get middle-aged skin if you're washing dishes all day, right? The solution? Switch to Palmolive for their blend of palm and olive oils, nature's finest beauty aids. Luckily for this young woman, the crisis of middle-aged skin was averted simply by switching to Palmolive soap. Now Bob can finally be proud of his wife again. Just when you thought ads couldn't get any more sexist, this gem from the 1950s came along. The ad for Chase and Sanborn coffee suggests that any wife who buys coffee that isn't fresh can expect a beating from her caffeine-addicted husband when he gets home. Take a look at this ridiculous invention, the dimple machine created by Isabella Gilbert of Rochester, New York. It's a piece of wire you wear on your face to supposedly create dimples. There's even a photo in the ad, presumably of the inventor or product model, wearing the device in public. So if you're a skinny woman with middle-aged skin who couldn't afford fat pills or Palmolive soap, maybe you could fashion one of these bad boys out of some old fencing wire. Surely, if you're sporting a set of cute as can be dimples, you could finally win the approval of a man. Then, just when you thought the crazy inventions and ridiculous advertisements couldn't get any worse, along comes the face glove. Recommended by well-known medical and scientific authorities, the face glove, also known as the toilet mask, made some pretty big claims, including being able to permanently remove skin impurities, roughness, and yes, even wrinkles. This creepy advertisement from the late 1800s is the stuff of nightmares. The ad claims that if your eyes don't open within 10 days, it's time to buy a box of Petite's eye salve. If your eyes don't open for 10 days, how do they expect you to buy a jar of eye salve? What if you picked up some chili paste and smeared that on your eyeballs by mistake? But seriously, if your eyes don't open for 10 days, there might be more important things to do than buying a tin of eye salve. Like visiting a doctor, perhaps.
Well, hey, so that's it for another episode. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying our content. Also, remember to follow us on all our socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, @SlappedHam for daily antics. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.